welcome you back to Durham Field on this wet Sunday afternoon in this presentation of the South Atlantic Conference on the Bears Sports Network, presented by MBA Roofing. Lenoir-Rhyne looking for the sweep today over Goldey-Beacom in this 4-game weekend series. And today the weather is much worse than it has been the first 2 days of this series. Mid-40s and rainy today in Hickory. Eric Bach, and making his Bears Sports Network debut, Mr. Jason Stubbe. Glad he's with me today on the broadcast. And let's take a look, Jason, at our series recap of the weekend. And basically it's been all LR. You see outscoring Goldey-Beacom 31-15, but the big number to me that stands out, Jason, is that the Goldey-Beacom ERA is north of 10.
Yeah, not going to win too many games with the ERA 10. So they're coming out today to see if they can stop the Bears from the sweep.
And at the plate, Lenoir-Rhyne has struck out Goldey-Beacom 46 times in the 3 games, 15 in the first 2 and 16 in Game 2 last night. The Bears are out hitting the Lightning by 15. As we take a look at our starting pitching matchup today, Goldey-Beacom sends Justin Jump to the mound to try to salvage one game out of this weekend. And the numbers, Jason, are good. I mean, 2.29 ERA and 19 2/3, and the Bears will counter with the lefty Joey Cobb.
Yeah, Joey Cobb making his 8th career start for the Bears today, looking for get the sweep. Looks like he's only going 5 innings, as most for him in his career starts, so we'll see how he does and save that bullpen for later tonight.
Yeah, the Bear bullpen had their struggles yesterday after being lights out on Fridays. We take a look at the 2 hitters this weekend that have really stood out on each side. And obviously it's Wade Kuda. 10 for 12 in the series is just out of this world. 4 home runs, 9 RBIs, and Garrett Musi on the left hit 2 bombs yesterday in Game 2.
Yeah, Musi single-handedly brought them back and got the Bears lead down to 1 before the bullpen in Houston shut the door yesterday afternoon.
We've got the national anthem now. We'll take a short break and come back.
Hey Bears fans, Dave here with Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac, your local hometown dealer since 1967. Come see us in Hickory or Morganton to check out all of GM's hottest new products, the area's largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, and service you can depend on. Visit us online at everettchevy.com. Good luck to the Bears this season, and remember, if you didn't get an Everett deal, you didn't get a deal at all. Go Bears!
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
Welcome back to Durham Field. Just a couple minutes away from first pitch between Lenoir-Rhyne and Goldey-Beacom here in Hickory. As we take a look at our keys of the game presented by Fry Regional Medical Center. And Jason, I think that's about as simple as it can be. Coach Ramirez's 2 words were bear down and finish the job. It would be the Bears weren't able to finish the job in the final game of their first series in Emmanuel, and we'll try to do better today.
Yes, and last year against Anderson, they did the same thing, won the first 3. Couldn't pull the sweep out, so Bears are going to try to switch that trend and get the brooms out today.
Take a look at the Goldey-Beacom lineup here that will face Joey Cobb. Most of the same names that we've seen all weekend long. Demetrius Johnson leads off. Maxwell, who had a better day yesterday, kind of found his swing yesterday. Marshall Autry catches again. Musi, who we highlighted, has been the best Goldey-Beacom hitter the whole weekend. Meganson, who started the first 3 games at second base, moves out to the outfield today in the left field. Cole Fowler, another start at third base. Dalen Griffith in right. Braden Colemansberger, who got a pinch hit at bat last night and came through in a big way. He moved the runner from second to third base late as Goldey-Beacom had the tying run just 90 feet away in Game 2 last night. And Adam McAvoy gets his first start of the season in the 9-hole in the DH role. So maybe a little bit of change of pace today for Goldey-Beacom, as this is the first lefty starter they've faced. The first 3 starters that the Bears have rolled out against the Lightning this weekend have all been righties. So a little bit of wrinkle with Joey Cobb on the dish, or on the hill rather, not on the dish. On this Super Bowl Sunday, we obviously have a very limited broadcast today because of the weather. Can't be up where we normally are, so we're right here behind home plate, and this is the only view we've got for you today. So going to make the best out of it. But this is, Jason, what I more picture when I think of February baseball weather-wise.
Yes, indeed, and I think the Lightning will still take it because it's about snowing about 3 to 5 inches today in Delaware, so they're on the field playing ball.
So Demetrius Johnson digs in, 1 for 8 in the series. The first pitch is hit high to center field. Kuda going back, turning around, and it's off the base of the wall and straight away center field. Johnson takes the first pitch nearly out of the yard, and a good start for Goldey-Beacom on the very first pitch of the day, a leadoff double for Johnson.
Shortstop, number 7, Mason Maxwell.
Talk about being ready to hit there. Demetrius Johnson, first swing of the day.
Yeah. Now what do the Lightning do? They think it's going to be a low-scoring game. They bunt her over to third, or they think the Bears' offense is going to stay hot, and he's swinging away for a big inning.
I would imagine that because it's Maxwell at the plate, my guess is that he's swinging away. Over 400 hitter a year ago, first team All-Region. Found his swing a little bit yesterday, had a couple of extra base hits to left center field. Watches that fastball groove in the zone for a called strike. The one benefit to being down here is we do have a little bit better view of the strike zone than normal, sitting on top of the Bear dugout, so that is a plus. There's always a silver lining in a tough situation. That slider floats upstairs for a ball. Maxwell 2 for 11 in the series, but both of the hits are of extra base variety. And you've been around baseball longer than I have, Jason, but have you ever seen somebody in a college baseball game miss home plate?
I have not, and I've seen college softball that happened for Alabama a couple years ago on the big home run, but on the baseball side, I have never seen it. And you got to give heads up to Clano behind the plate. He caught that.
And so did the umpire.
Yes. So that's not an easy call to make.
And it's a call that it feels like you got to be just 1,000,000% sure about to make. And I'm sure the umpire was 100% sure about the call as Dalen Griffith missed home plate on Maxwell's double yesterday. So turned into a 2-run double rather than a 3-run double. As he waves and misses, it's 2-2.
And they ended up losing by 1.
Yeah. So talk about every run matters. That is the embodiment of that. 2-2 on Maxwell. And the delivery, fastball just off the plate. Maxwell knew it was a ball. Full count. That was a close one, though.
Hit the spot, yep.
So Johnson led off the inning with a double on the first pitch of the day. And now Maxwell's worked the count full and grounds this one to Laskowski at second base. Runner moves. So a series finale. So a good piece of hitting there for Autry with 2 strikes. Probably a little too much plate there with 2 strikes.
Yep. 0-2, got too much to the plate, and kudos to him, drive it right up the middle for a big hit.
So we had some delays yesterday.
20-second pitch warning. But I think that was just the one in a new ball in the game.
Obviously, the turf can take on a lot more water than a regular field can. Basically, if it's not just monsooning, they're going to play. As Musey leans out of the way, but it's a strike on the inside corner. Garrett, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, including a grand slam. It was a 10-5 ball game in the 9th yesterday. Musey came up and promptly made it a 10-9 ball game and nearly got Goldey-Beacom all the way back in that game as that fastball misses high for ball 1. Ball and a strike on Garrett, who hit 9 dingers last year, so already off to a good start here in 22. Wave and a miss. Looked like it had a little bit of late movement there away from Musey, maybe a cutter, two-seamer.
Probably being a left-handed two-seamer, natural movement that way. I might like that one more time, but started a little more on the outside corner.
Probably should have thrown that pitch to Autry with 2 strikes instead of the four-seam fastball. I guess hindsight's 20/20. Yep. 1-2. Oh, that one hits him, and that does not feel good as it misses up and in. I mean, it never feels good to get hit by a pitch, but today it stings a little bit more in the cold. So Musey's aboard, so a bit of a rocky start for Joey Cobb here in the first. So now Connor Megginson digs in. He went 4 for 4 in game 1 yesterday. 5 hits total in the series. Squares to bunt, pops it up, it bounces, so Cobb has to just throw to first. They've got the guys caught up, should have just gone around, and everybody's safe. The ball skipped into the glove of Joey Cobb, so
I think Cobb thinks he caught it.
I think it
bounced. It definitely bounced.
It definitely bounced.
Yep. But I think Cobb thought he caught it.
Chris Ramirez coming out to ask. I think it pretty clearly bounced, but Cobb should have gone to third once he turned around, ended up going to first for the second out.
Especially being left-handed. Had the angle, quick toss over to third. But again, he thought he caught it clean, so that's why he went to first.
The umpire behind home plate immediately signaled that it was not caught.
Yeah.
So Coach Ram says his piece, and I mean, I think the umpires got it right.
Yeah, absolutely, and they did a great job of calling it early.
Yeah.
I just don't know if Cobb heard him or.
Well, he probably wasn't thinking to look to the umpire to signal.
Yep.
But so now 2 outs. Cole Fowler up. Third baseman for Goldey-Beacom watches the first pitch float upstairs for a ball. So Megginson actually ends up with a sacrifice bunt out of it as Autry moves up to third base.
Still strange play, bunt with 1 out.
Two 2-0 off the plate. Fowler is 1 for 6 in the series. The one was back on Friday. He had one of the 2 hits for Goldey-Beacom in the first game of the series when the Lightning got shut out. But a big spot for Fowler here to extend this lead to more than 1. Chops it to the right side. Easy one for Anthony Perino, who grabs it in fair territory to retire the side. So minimal damage against Joey Cobb in the top of the first. RBI single for Marshall Autry opens the scoring on this series finale Sunday on the Bear Sports Network.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Back here at Durham Field, Justin Jump to the hill. These are the 9 that he will face for the Bears. Kuda, Laskowski, Yanesta, Clerno, Atiles, Perino, Metzler, Bell, and Stober. And Kuda didn't start the series leading off, but Jason, it feels like at this point you got to get him just as many at-bats as possible with the way he's going, so a smart move to move him to the top of the lineup.
Yeah, maybe get that first pitch fastball that he loves in the second inning. Try to see if we can get it in the first inning today.
Laskowski's had a good series. Yanesta as well. Just about all the Bears have made an impact offensively at one point or another this weekend, but none more than this man right here. Wade Kuda, who, as we showed you in the pregame graphic, 10 for 12 in the series, with 4 home runs, 9 RBIs, and 2 doubles. He's not going to want Goldey-Beacom to ever leave Hickory. First pitch from Justin Jump. Throws a slider instead of a fastball and misses inside for ball 1.
I guess he got the scouting report.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, Goldey-Beacom's not really being smart if they're pitching him fastballs early in the count. The 1-0. There's a fastball. It's popped up behind home plate. Autry, this is a tough one, and he can't find it. Ball bounces basically right next to him, but in the gray sky, wind blowing, rain misting. I mean, that's as difficult a play as there is.
Yeah, wind's about, 4 miles an hour? Looks like left to right across the field today, so that's definitely a tough opportunity for him.
But a missed opportunity to get Kuda out. So now he gets another chance of 1-1. And the pitch. Fastball on the corner, strike 2. Kuda got the rally started. The Bears had 5 hits and 5 runs in the 4th inning last night of Game 2, all with 2 outs. The first 2 guys of the inning got out, and Kuda came up and started the rally and tips that one just barely back to the screen to stay alive. Got to think that some National Player of the Week accolades are coming Kuda's way. And the 1-2. This one's shot to the right center field gap. It continues, but Griffith makes the play on the warning track. Looked like it was headed more for the gap, but Griffith had him played perfectly, and I think that's defensive positioning there, taking another extra base hit away from Kuda. So now Cole Laskowski, who's had himself a really nice series. Squares to bunt, gets it down left side. This will be a hard play for Jump, and he can't make it.
Great bunt. First time this series the Bears have done that.
Bears have bunted for a hit, yeah. Laskowski 3 hits in Game 2 yesterday and picks up a bunt single. So take a look at the Spangler replay. We're not going to have many of these today based on this angle, but perfectly placed there by Laskowski down the third base line. So Laskowski aboard with the bunt single. Gives way to Drew Yanesta, who before this weekend was the guy offensively for the Bears, still is. .455 through 8 games to start for Drew.
He has at least 2 hits in all but 1 game.
Yeah, and I mentioned that on the broadcast last night. Is going into the game last night, he had a 6-game hitting streak, and not only 6-game hitting streak, a 6-game multi-hit streak, but went 0 for in Game 1, which was surprising. The Bears scored 16 runs, and Yanesta wasn't a part of that, but and then in Game 2, picked up right where he left off before with 2 hits and a pair of RBIs and a 1-run victory. So all of those mattered a lot for the Bears, especially those late inning runs. 1-1, down at the knees, called strike 2.
Wonder if we're going to put Cole in motion here. 1-2 pitch, usually a good pitch to run on.
LR perfectly executed a hit and run last night too.
And
this
we get a free
another bad throw over the first baseman's head, and Laskowski's not stopping, and he will get to third. Way over his head. So an error there for Jump, and the Bears already have the tying run 90 feet away here in the bottom of the first. The first two. So Drew's aboard.
Is that Drew's 3rd walk of the series?
I think so.
Catcher number 19, Nick Lerno.
So now Clerno's turn. So the two Savannah Banana teammates, Yanesta and Clerno, go 3 and 4 here in the Bear lineup. Clerno looked like he was squaring to bunt, but pulled it back. Maybe a little safety squeeze on here for the Bears. Squares to bunt again and pops it foul straight back. So Laskowski's staying put at third base.
It's not even an aggressive lead, so.
No. Coach Ram running through the signs down there at third base. Decent lead at first for Yanesta. 1-1 on Clerno, still bunting.
What?
And pops it foul again. Laskowski was more aggressive coming off of third base that time. This is what Chris Ramirez wants to do, is play more small ball. The Bears last year were so reliant on the home runs, and thinks that they can win more close games doing stuff like this. Won a close one in Game 2 last night, but did it mostly with the extra base hits. But they did string together a bunch of hits in a row with 2 outs multiple times. So mission accomplished for the most part, as Clerno flings his bat at that one and shoots it foul.
You don't see too many cleanup hitters trying to squeeze home runs.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or lead the team in sacks.
Yeah, he and Stober will. Stober is, according to Coach Ram, the best bunter on the team. But Clerno is very willing to do it. Definitely a team guy. His jump's going for the rosin here.
Yeah.
And shows the world a little sarcastically there. I love it from Justin Jump to not get the warning. See, reaches up with the rosin bag. I get that they're trying to get the pace of play up. I understand. Baseball at all levels is doing that, but it just seems a little bit excessive. 1-2 on Clarno in the pitch. Up high, swing and a miss, strike 3. Clarno chases, and a big out there for Justin Jump as Laskowski's still on third base here with 2 outs.
Now batting shortstop number 5, Louis Attili.
Also, I just love the enthusiasm of our boss, Jeremy Zalaka, on the PA. He was on the broadcast with me on Friday. And just him doing his Louis Attiles is just too much.
But I do agree. Makes me miss soccer at the moment. This is soccer weather today, though.
Oh, my goodness.
They love the rain.
So funny. Jay-Z up there doing the stats and the PA, giving you a little breather on the stats. You've been carrying the team this week. One line drive, and that will drop in the gap for a base hit. Laskowski in, Ynesta digging for third where he will be held up. And Louis Attiles, who had 4 hits and a pair of RBIs, including the game-winning RBI in Game 2 last night, gets the equalizer here in the first.
Big 2-out hit.
Take a look at the Spangler replay. Good piece of hitting there on the outer half for Lewis. So Laskowski, after the bunt single, comes home. Ynesta goes first to third. And Attiles has his 4th RBI of the season. Now Anthony Perino, another big contributor to the offensive effort yesterday. Just got a text from Jay-Z saying don't hate on the PA guy. So glad we've got a viewer upstairs. Thanks for watching, Jay-Z. Appreciate it. Perino, a 3-run double that just snuck inside the third base bag yesterday and almost got hit with the first pitch and then does get hit with the second pitch. A slider that's inside. He got hit once yesterday, too, and now the bases are loaded for Scott Metzler.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 22, Scott Metzler.
Scott had a rough go of it on the mound last night, but he's been decent with the bat in his first season. And we're back again. So Scott Metzler drew a bases-loaded walk to drive in Ynesta. So the Bears have taken a 2-1 lead in this game. So Jump walks in the second run. We're doing our best here, folks, with the internet situation, so just bear with us as this is far from ideal conditions to bring you some baseball here today, but we're pushing through.
Look, David Bell with the bases loaded.
Yeah, David Bell came up in Game 1 yesterday of this in this situation and hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Yep.
Wearing number 28 today as the Bears are wearing their reds, which I said yesterday that the blacks were my favorite look for LR. I take it back. These are my favorites.
I disagree. I like the blacks.
Do you like the blacks? I mean, it's like 1 and 1A.
Yeah, I agree. I'm okay with that.
But I do like the red. It's the red is just like the essence of LR, you know?
I agree with that, but when you have David Bell with a different number of reds, it's confusing at times.
Okay.
So that knocks him down to 1B.
Spoken like a true scorekeeper. 0-2 on David Bell with the bases loaded. The Bears up 2-1 here in the first, trying to extend this lead even more. Swing and a miss. So Jump, after walking in the go-ahead run in the first, minimizes the damage. Could have been a lot worse as he strikes out Bell to retire the side. So 2 runs for the Bears, 1 run for the Lightning after 1 on the Bears Sports Network.
If you play hard, if you use your feet to chase fitness goals, if you stand all day at work. Introducing True Energy Infrared Technology Socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
Top of the second, each team found the scoreboard in the first inning. 2-1 Bears after one. 7-8-9 coming up for Goldey-Beacom. Working on the score bug now, so it'll be back shortly. Dalen Griffith leads things off against Joey Cobb here in the top of the second and fouls the first pitch back to the screen for strike one. 2 hits in the first inning for the Lightning. One for Demetrius Johnson, second for Marshall Autry. As Goldey-Beacom pushed across the run, Bears answered with 2 of their own. RBI single from Attiles and a bases-loaded walk for Scott Metzler brought home the 2 Bear runs. So that's how we got to where we are. It's a ball and a strike on Dalen Griffith. And the pitch misses high, 2-1. Dalen's 3 for 10 in the series. He was the man that missed home plate yesterday, so guarantee, I said this yesterday, but guarantee, Jason, that as long as his baseball career goes, he will never do that again. Now the payoff is strike 3. Griffith goes after that one on the outside, and he is the first strikeout victim of the day for Joey Cobb. That is the 47th time that Goldey-Beacom has struck out at the plate in this series. That is a lot. So now Braden Coleman'sberger, just his second collegiate at-bat, flew out in the 9th inning. They were down to their last couple outs when Coleman'sberger got a pinch hit last night, or got a pinch hit opportunity as he fouls the second pitch back. It's 0-2. But, I mean, that was kind of ice in his veins there. That would have been... It's a high-pressure situation in his first collegiate at-bat, and he moved the runner, kept the game alive for Goldey-Beacom, and now gets the start today at second base. 1-2. The pitch flies high for ball 1. Braden from Lewisberry, Pennsylvania, watches the 1-2 pitch miss high, 2-2. 2-1 Bears, top of the second inning. 1 out, 2-2 count on Coleman'sberger, who was the 2019 5A state champion in high school at Redland High School in Pennsylvania and finished runner-up in 2021.
And Joey Cobb was a MVP of the North Lincoln team in 2019.
He actually played in the Little League World Series. He was on the winning team of the 2015 United. God, I'm old. Coleman'sberger strikes out, and Joey Cobb has set down the first 2 men of the top of the second inning.
grabbed the lead in the bottom of the first. And Cobb did exactly what he needed to do to get the first 2 out, and let's see if he can close the inning here.
To Adam McAvoy. This is his first at-bat of the season. And he looks at a called strike at the top of the zone. Getting the start at DH today. Freshman from Sewell, New Jersey. And he taps this one foul just outside the first base bag. What were you going to say, Jason?
I think Campus started DH the first couple games and hasn't played since.
Campus caught the first game yesterday.
Yep.
And then
it looked like he was in street clothes over there earlier. So.
McAvoy, when he plays in the field, will be a catcher. This is his first collegiate at-bat. From Sewell, New Jersey, the 0-2. Upstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch bounced up the middle over Cobb. Laskowski picks it up and fires behind, and too late as McAvoy's got a base knock in his first collegiate at-bat, an infield single, and a 2-out base runner for Goldey-Beacom with the lineup card turning over. Bears lead the Lightning 2-1 here, top of the second, 2 outs. Johnson doubled to straightaway center field on the very first pitch of the game. Narrowly missed a home run. Swings at the first pitch again, and this time it looked like maybe a changeup there from Cobb that's popped back to the screen for strike 1. Cobb, the lefty, works from the stretch and fires strike 2 on the inner half. 0-2 on Johnson. Scored the lone run of the game for Goldey-Beacom. Came home on the Autry RBI single. And the 0-2 delivery. Fly ball right field. Bell going towards the line and foul ground. Still on the run, and he makes the catch. On the edge of the warning track, Bell has enough room, and the side is retired. A 0 put up in the top of the second inning for Cobb. Bears will try to build on this 2-1 lead when you come back to Durham Field. Bottom of the second inning, got the score bug back. 2-1 Bears over Goldey-Beacom on this Super Bowl Sunday. All right, Jason, who you got tonight and why?
You and me have been on the record a few weeks now. We both like the Rams. Some smart people thought the Bills-Chiefs winner was going to win it all, but I like the Rams big.
You like the Rams big?
Yeah. Yep. Double digits, 10 points.
I think that the Rams will win. I don't think big because they're going to be able to get after Joe Burrow. That pass rush, the Bengals don't protect very well. And I love Joe Burrow, and I think that the Bengals are a really good team and deserve to be there, but I just think that the Rams, and as a Detroit guy, I'm pulling for Matthew Stafford.
Yes, I agree.
Stober squares to bunt, and the ball goes over his head for ball one. Stober, Kuda, Laskowski, 9-1-2 coming up for the Bears in this half inning. But, yeah, go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, as a Bears fan, I'm pulling for Stafford too. I just don't think Cincinnati can score on that defense. And if the Rams win, I say 21-10.
21-10, that's pretty low scoring.
I think it's going to be low scoring. Both teams are going to run the ball early, and the Rams pull it away late.
All right. That was an in-depth breakdown of the Super Bowl from Mr. Stubbe. Heard it here first. They don't even have to play the game anymore.
Nope, just the commercials and the halftime
That's
show.
right. Give me a little Dr. Dre at halftime, and I'm calling it good. 1-0 pitch to Stober. Again, up and in as Bryce turns around and goes, yikes, 2-0. Jump last year only made 5 appearances, 3 starts. And delivers the 2-0. Downstairs, 3 balls and no strikes. And then Stober gets hit by the pitch. So I don't know what's going on there.
That's like, the 7th hit batter of the series for the Bears?
Yeah, that's a lot. I don't think Jump's like trying to hit him there, but it was a little weird that the 2 came up and in, and then he gets hit on 3-1 or 3-0, pardon me.
I wouldn't want to hit anyone when you turn an overall lineup, though.
Yeah. Kuda, who had an extra base hit taken away from him by Griffith to lead off the Bear attack in the first. Nice running play on the warning track. It's really the only way that Goldey-Beacom has gotten Kuda out this weekend is running plays on the warning track. This is in the air, center field, deep and high. Johnson finally finds it and makes the catch. And Stober tags from first and gets thrown out at second. Tried to catch him napping there, and Stober gunned down on the base pass, but Kuda just got under that one a touch. But it's a double play for Goldey-Beacom, and 2 gone here at the bottom of the second.
Stober was just trying to be aggressive there. Was tagging up the whole way.
Yeah.
But he got a good jump, but great throw.
Hard to make it to second on a ball to straightaway center. A little easier with the corner outfield, maybe. Laskowski takes a pitch down for ball 1. Cole had a bunt single in the first. Came around to score. It's the 4th hit of the series for Laskowski. 2-0. You got any big plans for the Super Bowl? You just going home?
I'm definitely just going home and relaxing.
It's been quite a weekend for you, hasn't it?
Quite a week.
Yeah.
This month in general, but yes, I kind of want to watch it by myself with the wife and kids and just enjoy it. They watch the commercials and I'll watch the game.
The 3-0 pitch to Laskowski is a strike on the outside corner.
Plus, 10 o'clock is way past my bedtime, so.
You're lucky it's a 6:30 kick.
Yeah.
A little early action for you. Ball 4 to Laskowski, who was aboard for the second time. 3-1 was down in the dirt. And Unesta gets another at-bat with a man on base here. 2 gone, bottom of the second on this cold. The rain has stopped, I think, but it's just cold and wet.
65 yesterday, 41 today.
Yeesh.
That's Carolina's. I think it's a good spot for Cole to be running here. 2 outs, drew up. He's swipe a bag. Worst case scenario, Drew leads off the bottom of the third.
I like the way you think. Coach Ram was, by the way, not upset with Stober at all for trying to.
No.
He's all for aggression on the base pass, and sometimes you get thrown out. That's just the nature of the game. Iniesta walked and then gets hit between the 2 and the 3 on his back. Second time this inning, the Bear has been hit by a pitch, and now 2 on for Clairno. I think you can probably attribute Jump's wildness to the weather. It's hard to grip the baseball with the cold hands. And
they all seem on off-speed pitches. So yeah, he's just maybe trying to hold on to that ball a little longer on the pitch. Thinking about it too much after the first one. Let's see if Nick can make him pay right here, though.
Clairno struck out against Jump in the first. That helped limit the damage to just 2 runs for LR in that first inning. That was a big out to get. Clairno squaring a bunt again. He is determined to get a bunt down here in his first 2 at-bats. Did it with runners on the corners in his first appearance in the first, and now with 2 outs, still trying to do the same. Fowler, the third baseman, even with the bag now. In the 0-1, swinging, not squaring to bunt this time, takes the fastball inside, a ball and a strike. And the 1-1, down and away, 2 balls and a strike.
I see Drew's lead at first, a little shorter at the Lightning did perform that backdoor pickoff yesterday for out.
Yeah, they did. Clairno 6 for 19 on the season. Usually we'll catch all the single games and then 1 out of the 2 doubleheader games, as was the case yesterday. So it's 3-1. Laskowski on second walked. Iniesta on first, got hit by a pitch. After the double play, Stober got hit by a pitch to lead off the inning. Kuda flew out to center, and Stober tried to tag up and make it to second and got thrown out.
Looks like the Lightning has action in the bullpen already.
Yeah, the numbers don't look too bad for Jump so far, but things teetering on the brink here, especially with his command problems. And Clairno shoots this one to the left center field gap, and 1 hops over the wall for a ground rule double, I think. Nope. The ball is getting back in.
Great job. I keep running.
The ball, I think it bounced off the scoreboard and back in play. Wow. So they will send Iniesta back to third and Clairno back to second. So just a 1 RBI. The ball bounced right off the word John on the scoreboard, the John Albert Rhyne Jr. scoreboard here at Durham Field. And the ball bounced over the fence, off the scoreboard, and back into play. So a ground rule double for Clairno. And an RBI, his second of the season. And it's 3-1 LR. And a chance for more here. But that's a bad break for the Bears. That ball bounced off or I guess it was going over the fence regardless. But LR thought they had a triple and another run.
Here comes mound visit number 2 already. 33% away done with the mound visits.
That looks like Tom Riley, so I think that Jump's day might be done. And it is.
Yep.
So, not a great outing for him. Just an inning and 2/3, gives up 3 runs. And these 2 men on base belong to him. A pitching change for Goldey-Beacom. We'll tell you about the new arm when we come back.
Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Moret Stadium is an iconic part of LR Athletics, hosting games, tailgating, marching band competitions, sports camps, and graduation ceremonies. The stadium serves as a valued focal point for the greater Hickory area. The time has come to renovate the stadium to allow LR to continue to offer our student athletes, fans, and the community an exceptional experience.
First appearance of 2022 for the new pitcher Luke Taylor for Goldey-Beacom. Year ago, 7 appearances, 2 starts, 1-1 record in 16 innings, 2.81 ERA. The guys that Goldey-Beacom's running out of the bullpen this weekend have had some really strong numbers, Jason, but Bears have, up to this point, been able to have their numbers so far.
Absolutely agree. This is, as you said, his first appearance of the year. Last time he was on the mound was an NCAA tournament game for them. Suffered a loss in the second game for them.
Goldey-Beacom did win 2 games in the tournament last year, both St. Thomas Aquinas.
And that's a strong program. Back in the day when I was in college, back in 04 or 05, they were NIA school, and they were a top 25 team. Looked like they moved their way up to D2. So that was a great program out there.
Attiles already has an RBI single today. He's got a chance to drive in 2 more here with runners on second and third. Strike 1 from Taylor on the outside corner. Ball and a strike on Lewis. You can just tell how happy he is to be playing after he missed 2021, broke his leg in the preseason, like close to the season starting. Now back in the 6 hole for the Bears.
Especially missing the first weekend series this year with
had a tight back.
Back looks good this weekend though.
Sure does. 4 hits, including the game-winning RBI yesterday.
Let's see if we can get a big hit, 2-strike hit to break this one open.
Two and two, takes down in the dirt. I just keep saying down in the dirt. It's down in the turf, but I just feel weird saying that, so I'm just going to continue saying the dirt.
As a former high school catcher, you're probably right?
Yeah. I was playing in the dirt for 4 years, Coldwater High School. Shout out the Cardinals. 2-2 pitch. That's a good slider there from Taylor. A lot of movement that Attiles just fights off the handle foul. Chance for the Bears to jump ahead, Get some comfort for Joey Cobb. Already has a 2-run lead. Trying to make it more. Tilles to right field. Griffith coming in, looking up, and it's up against the wall and over the wall for another ground rule double. So hard to have the depth perception down here, but Tilles has 3 RBIs in the first 2 innings. Both runners come home. 5-1 LR.
2 ground rule doubles in the same inning. Don't see that too often.
So Tilles continues to just kill Goldey-Beacom these last 2 games.
And that will end the box score for Jump. Be 5 earned runs in this 1 2/3 innings of work.
2 for 2, 3 RBIs for Luis Tilles. And now Perino got hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. Watches a good curveball there drop in the zone for a called strike. Rain has stopped, but it's still cold and wet. Perino lines a single past Maxwell diving in the left field. Tilles as the ball is fumbled with, and Lewis will come home without a throw. Anthony Perino continues his hot streak. He's got now 6 RBIs in the series. And it's 6-1 Bears. Two ground rule doubles in the inning. One for Clerno, the second for Tilles. Bet you Clerno's going to give Lewis some flack for taking one of his RBIs, because Unesta, who had to stop at third on the ground rule double, came home easily, or would have scored easily on the Clerno double had it stayed in the park off the bounce, but it did not. Metzler, who has an RBI as well, got a bases-loaded walk in the first, gets another chance, and is quickly down 0-2. Taylor's, that curveball's got a lot of life to it, Jason.
It was absolutely good downward angle. See if the 0-2 is going to throw it again or come with the heat.
Goes with the heat. It misses down and away, 1-2.
See, if you're going to throw the heat, I would come in and set up the curveball on the next pitch. But he went away, so we'll see what he has in store.
Pitching sequences 101 with Jason Stubbe. Love it. 1-2 on Metzler. Goes with the fastball again, and Scott slaps it the other way. This is down the line, but foul. Just missed the foul line by about 10 feet. So Scott just a little bit behind the fastball there, and Taylor went outside. Metzler just went right with it the other way.
Let's see if he comes back with that curveball now then. After 2 straight fastballs. Might be a good opportunity to get the runner in motion here after 2 fastballs.
Perino stays put. Metzler bangs the curveball into left field for a base hit. So everything working right now for the Bears. It's their 4th hit of the inning. Already have 4 runs. In the first game yesterday, Jason, they scored 16 runs, but only in 4 innings. They had 4 huge innings and then 4 zeros on the board. So it was kind of a hit or miss day offensively for the Bears, but when they were hitting, it was hitting big.
Everyone was hitting. Pass it down the line.
So Metzler gets a base knock, and now David Bell's the 9th man to bat in this bottom of the 2nd inning for LR. Wonder if the Bears really pour it on if we get a white flag wave, and maybe we can get a little mercy rule here. That's just a little bit of wishful thinking there. Bell looks at a called strike. David struck out against Jump, the starter, to end the first.
Well, unfortunately, there's no mercy rule available today.
Unless there's, maybe an agreement between the two.
Yeah. Running out pitching, yep. Gotta wonder how much both teams have in the bullpen today.
Sure. Bears will try to. And now.
He pulled up his stopwatch.
He's got the. Here we go. Exactly. Our beloved stream producer, Danny Nicosia, she pointed out that the delay that the umpires take to explain it to them actually is more of a delay than the actual motion of the pitch itself. So it's a little bit it kind of defeats the purpose of the rule when we take 15 seconds to explain it every time. Ball and a strike on David Bell.
I've seen the pitch clock in minor league ball.
Yeah. And in Major League Baseball, too. They're going to start that this year, God willing.
It doesn't work.
And I'm all for the between innings clock because that's when you can get the game dragging on is between innings.
I like the mound visit, too, limited mound visits.
Do you like the facing the minimum of 3 batters?
I can't stand.
Yeah, I figured you would not like that.
I can't. It ruins playing the show for me, too. I like the lefty-lefty matchups.
Playing the show. Oh,
I got to make sure I keep 3 lefties in the bullpen. Just to face Juan Soto and them guys,
Jason is goated playing the show. 3 balls and a strike. I gotta get the show. I gotta get on the show. I used to be big into the show. I don't even have my PlayStation. I think I just need to buy my own PlayStation because it's at home in Michigan.
Well, you gonna get the 5?
Well, I feel like you got to at this point. David Bell walks, and things just falling apart here on the mound for Goldey-Beacom in the bottom of the second inning.
I got my 5 2 days before Christmas.
You got the 5?
6 hours outside in 30-degree weather for my son.
For your son or for you?
He opened it, but
for my son,
my
air
bedroom.
quotes.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny. So Stober comes up for the second time this inning. That is just golden stuff there. So did your son play the show too?
He's gotten into NBA 2K right now. He's 8. He was loading up with the Magic the other day. That's when I saw E'Twaun Moore. He was playing with him.
Right, yeah. E'Twaun Moore.
Like, why are you playing with him?
One of the greatest Big Ten shooting guards there were. Stober looks at a strike. He started this whole thing. This is, again, all happened with 2 outs.
Exactly.
Stober got hit by a pitch to start the inning, got thrown out at second base on the Cuda flyout, and since then it's been walk to Laskowski. Yaneski got hit by a pitch, ground rule double by Clarenow, ground rule double by Attiles, single by Perino, single by Metzler, and Bell walked. So it's been, 8 guys in a row reaching base here for the Bears? Ball and a strike on Bryce Stober.
Ooh, don't want to make 2 outs in the same inning, even though one was on the base path.
Right. So you're a Chicago Bears fan.
Yes.
Does that mean you're a White Sox or Cubs fan?
Cubs fan all
Cubs.
the way.
Okay.
Yep. I was at the World Series in 2016.
Oh, my goodness.
Drove up there.
Just learning so much about Jason in this broadcast. This is great. The 1-1. Stober checks the swing. Definitely went around. 1-2. Which game did you go to?
Game 3
at Wrigley.
Yep.
Did the Cubs win that game?
They lost. They lost 3-4, and then I drove home for 5, and they ended up winning at 5, and almost went to Cleveland, but stayed back. So
I'm sure you were just jumping up and down in your living room.
Yes, Yep, absolutely.
Stober punched out. We'll talk more about the Cubs next half inning. Big inning for the Bears. 4 runs. They lead by 5 after 2, 6-1.
Hey Bears fans, Dave here with Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac, your local hometown dealer since 1967. Come see us in Hickory or Morganton to check out all of GM's hottest new products, the area's largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, and service you can depend on. Visit us online at everettchevy.com Good luck to the Bears this season. And remember, if you didn't get an Everett deal, you didn't get a deal at all. Go Bears!
Emergencies don't wait. Get to the hospital. Accidents happen. Get well soon. When it hurts to move forward, tackle your pain. Don't make your health wait. See your doctor. Your health means everything.
Top of the third, Joey Cobb, after a long rest, back to work. Had a 5-run lead, 6-1. Bears put up a 4 spot in the bottom of the second inning and have really taken control here in the early going. 2, 3, and 4, Maxwell, Autry, Musey, the 3 bats in this Goldey-Beacom lineup coming up here in the top of the third. Eric Bach, Jason Stubbe, very glad you're with us on this cold Sunday afternoon in Hickory. First pitch to Maxwell. Chopped foul. Mason hit a ball hard to second base in his first at-bat to move a runner, but was thrown out by Laskowski. And the 0-1. On the corner, strike 2.
Looking ahead.
So definitely should get the PS5 and not the Xbox, right?
Absolutely.
I've always been a PlayStation guy, so I'm...
Me too. With the show back on PS5, yep,
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure. Are you a Madden guy or no?
Oh, yeah.
Are you?
I used to play in tournaments back in the day.
You played a Madden tournament?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Jason's like the coolest guy ever. 2-2 on Mason Maxwell.
Yep. Back in the day in Chicago, I used to have tournaments all the time.
Oh, my gosh. Those are like old school Madden then. That one just tipped out of the glove of Clarno as Maxwell barely grazes it to stay alive. One of the best, if not the best, hitters in the East region of Division II baseball at the plate right here. Plays shortstop, but bats from the left side. And has some chin music there, full count. Is it just Madden in the show, or do you play anything else on the PS5?
Throw an NBA.
Okay, so it's just the sports games.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so you're not like a Call of Duty guy?
No.
Okay. You don't waste your time with that petty stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Full count pitch coming to Maxwell.
Ooh.
High, ball 4.
Good at bat. Hooked the count from 0-2 all the way for a walk. It's a big inning for Joey. 45 pitches already.
It's always, want to put up a 0 after your team scores.
He did that last time, so let's see if he can do it again.
Especially, the Bears got 4 runs, big inning.
And they'll come out with 2, 3, 4, so.
Autry's got the 1 RBI of the day for Goldey-Beacom. Drove in Johnson.
But as a pitcher, it's long. He was in the dugout for 30 minutes?
Yeah, that was a long inning.
And being 40 degrees, that's tough to come out and throw strikes right away.
I could feel my feet at the start of the last half inning, and I can't anymore. So that's a good indicator of how long the inning was. Yep. Ball and a strike on Autry.
That's a 2-1 pace for a 4-hour-and-a-half game.
Yeah,
so.
Great. Thanks for reminding me. As long as we're home for the Super Bowl. Big hack and a miss. Autry tried to cut this lead in half there.
So what are the Lightning going to do for the Super Bowl? They're watching on the bus on the way back?
Yeah, hope for their sake that the satellite TV on their bus is working. 8 hours back to the Wilmington, Delaware area, the greater metroplex.
Still on a winter advisory for 3 to 5 inches of snow today. So
this could be 2. Attiles, Laskowski, they turn it, and Perino picks it. Perfectly done. 6-4-3. The first double play of the weekend. Turned by the Bear infield. Started by Attiles. Finished off by Laskowski and Perino. And the leadoff walk is erased. 2 outs. Take a look at the Spangler replay. See how much we can see here. Attiles to his left. Perino picked that thing. Heck of a job there. Bears turned 3 double plays behind their pitchers in the opening weekend against Emmanuel, but that's the first one of this weekend.
I've been impressed with the defense this year.
Me too.
Last year was one of the Achilles' heels, unfortunately.
That and the bullpen.
Yep. But this year they've been playing some great defense, some great plays by Kohler early in the
Stober took away the home run against Barton on Tuesday.
I felt like a month ago, but yes, that was just Tuesday night.
Exactly. Musey's down 0-2. Pitch on the inside corner.
Can't forget Kleno and Stober behind the plate this week.
They've been great. Attiles hasn't hardly had any action at shortstop. The coaching staff is always raving about how good of a defender he is, and he hasn't really had a chance to show it so far. That was a good start of the double play there to flip it to Laskowski as Cobb tries to get out of the inning, and Musey wisely holds back on the high cheese, a ball and 2 strikes. I'm going to have to pick your brain about the PS5 a little bit more throughout the show. I think Cobb threw that one about 55 feet.
We'll be here for a few more hours.
Yeah, Jesus. Keep reminding us, Jason. 2-2 on Musey. 2 home runs yesterday. Both of them just absolute no-doubters. Cleared the trees in left field both times. Hit 9 a year ago. And now is ready for the 2-2. High again, full count. That was a problem yesterday for the Bears, is walks. They put themselves in some sticky situations with some walks. Some avoidable situations, at least. But Musey strikes out on a beautiful breaking ball to end the inning for the Bears. So they get the leadoff walk, but the double play erases that. Cobb puts up a 0 after the big inning. We head to the bottom of the third. Bears trying to build on a 5-run lead. Top of the order for the Bears here in the bottom of the third. Kuda, Laskowski, Yanesta. And surprisingly, this is going to be hard to believe, Jason. 8 out of the 9 Bear hitters have reached base in this game. Who's the one that hasn't? Wade Kuda. Which is, like, given the events of the weekend, maybe the most surprising stat of the day. He's got 2 flyouts, both deep. One to right and one to center. So he's hit the ball hard, but just The ballpark held both of them just barely as he takes a strike from Taylor, who continues to spin it here.
So Wade came in, .591 average, second in the conference.
5 home runs, which was tied for the national lead.
Yep.
3 in the first game of the series on Friday. 1 in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday. And then he had 2 doubles in game 2. Didn't hit the ball out of the ballpark, but still just as effective. There's a strike at the knees, the ball and 2 strikes. I mean, Water's going to find its level. He's got 10 hits in the series. So, one of my old friends from college always used to say that. Water finds its level. Usually, when we were talking about Michigan State shooting well, it was always, oh, the Waters finds its level. They're going to start throwing up some bricks here soon. 2-2 to Kuda. Fouled off his leg. Stays alive. So the sun is like all of a sudden showing itself here. Unbelievable. We have this whole setup. We've got tarps and tents and tables and cords. This one little camera down here, and now all of a sudden the sun decides to come out. It is what it is. The 2-2 to Kuda. Slapped to right field. Griffith going over and glides towards the line to make the catch for the first out. So 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts for Wade Kuda. So still seeing the ball well, but just a little less lucky here today.
Number 13, Cole Laskowski.
Laskowski, who so a single and a walk, 2 runs scored, digs in and watches the curveball in for a strike. Luke Taylor working efficiently here as Laskowski's down 0-2. Went to Souderton High School in Souderton, Pennsylvania. Won the 6A state championship his senior year. Avid Eagles fan. Favorite athlete is Carson Wentz.
Ooh,
yikes.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's really hard to believe that he won the MVP.
I mean, Foles won the championship. He likes wins.
This one grounded to the right side. Coleman'sberger at second base, 3 steps to his right, throws out Laskowski. That's right. If you're going to like an Eagles quarterback, it should be the guy that won you a Super Bowl at least. So Laskowski's retired, and quickly 2 gone here in third. The Bears got all 4 of their runs. Got 8 straight guys reaching base with 2 outs in the second. They've done it. 8 of the 10 runs in game 2 last night were with 2 outs. So the Bears with 2 outs have been super clutch in this series.
You're going to win a lot of games when you score the many runs with 2 outs.
Yeah.
A lot of them with 2 strikes on the count, too.
And just gritty in the box. Battling, fouling off tough pitches, taking borderline pitches. And it's up and down the lineup, too. It's not just a couple guys. I mean, there were guys at the bottom of the lineup. Brett Urey comes to mind, a huge 2-out knock last night. Obviously, Unesta's done it. Clarno already did it today. Perino, another guy who's really done well with 2 strikes. 1-2 on Unesta. As that pitch is called a strike at the knees. Little tight, 2-2. Final step here is to get that video board working. Unesta chops the 2-2 foul. Got struck by lightning, so.
That's what happened.
Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. See, I'm learning something today.
Yeah, little insurance claim in the works.
Okay. That's good news.
At least the scoreboard works.
Yeah.
2-2 to Unesta. Ground ball inside the bag for a fair ball. Extra bases coming for Unesta. He cruises to second base. And the 2-out hits keep on coming. A double for Drew Yanesta. And now a chance for Nick Clarno to drive in another 2-out run. That is the third double of the season for Drew Yanesta.
Catcher number 19, Nick Clarno.
I'm just glad I wasn't here at the stadium when that scoreboard, that video board got struck by lightning.
So how do they know it got struck by lightning if no one was here?
I guess that's a fair question. I actually had one very close encounter with lightning over the summer, and it has to do with Nick Clarno, oddly enough. When I was on my way to Savannah for the CPL Championship Series between the Bananas and my Morehead City Marlins, the team I worked for this summer, on I-95 in South Carolina. That was the hardest thunderstorm I've ever driven through, and I literally saw a lightning bolt to the right of my car split a tree wide open. Fun fact for you. Clarno shoots that one foul 0-2.
Yeah, I probably just, I don't know what I would do.
No, and you know, everyone, it was raining so hard that everyone was going super slow on the road. So I would, I'm just sitting there in my car. What am I going to do? Get out of my car and run? That probably wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, but you're only 5'10", so you'd be safe.
Yeah. Hey, man, Jason listens to the broadcast. 5'11".
Yes.
5'10 and a half. You round up.
Yes.
Clarno takes up and in 1 and 2. Gosh, Jason, man, killing me. So, but Clarno's Bananas ended up winning that series. It was a great series. Ended up going 3 games.
Yep.
Marlins dropped the first game at home, and then games 2 and 3 were in Savannah. Morehead City won game 2. Super exciting game 2. Clarno off the end of the bat to first base, but foul. As Musey grabs it just outside the line.
Game 3 was close, wasn't it?
No. Game 3 was a blowout. Okay. 13-3. Yanesta, oddly enough, pinch hit.
Okay, that's
comes up, first swing of the day, 3-run home run, game over. So, I did not know at the time that Yanesta was coming to LR. This was in August. And at that time, I thought he was going back to Erskine. I knew, obviously, Clarno was at LR. Clarno was the third baseman in that game. Yanesta played second base in that championship series because they had Savannah has a catcher as Clarno bounces this one to second. Coleman'sberger way up high snags it to retire the side. We'll talk more about the summer and whatever else when we come back. 6-1 Bears.
Everything the light touches will be yours. You must remember who you are. The one true champion. We are LR.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are LR. We are LR.
We're third of the way done here at Durham Fields. 6-1 Bears as we roll into the top of the fourth. Eric Bach, Jason Stubbe, glad you're with us. But just to kind of wrap up the point about Yanesta and Clarno on the Bananas, I think either one or both of them are going to be going back to Savannah this summer to go for another Pettit Cup championship. Bananas denied the Marlins their third straight. Morehead City had won the previous 2 and came up 1 game short of the three-peat. Certainly a fun summer to be a part of that team, even though they came up short. There's some guys in the SAC that were on that team. I don't know if you remember Jack Harris from Newberry last year. He was the CPL Player of the Year this past summer, just killing it in Morehead City.
Speaking of Newberry, I got a trivia question for you. I know you like your trivia.
Oh, boy.
Newberry started out 7-0 this year.
Okay.
Who's the last pitcher to beat Newberry in the regular season?
Well, I have a feeling that it's an LR pitcher. I'm to beat Newberry? I'm going to guess Joshua Lanham.
No. Mr. Joey Cobb got the win.
That was kind of smacked me in the face there, didn't it? 1-2 on Megginson, who leads things off here in the fourth. He had a funky play the first time he came up. That one's high and tight, 2-2. He bunted, and the ball barely skipped into the glove of Cobb. Cobb thought he caught it in the air, and it turned out to be a confusing play as he threw Megginson out at first, but the runners moved up. And Megginson strikes out here. Second straight strikeout for Joey Cobb. He got Musey to So now Cole Fowler. But anyway, Zach Miller from Catawba, who is their catcher, it was the Marlins catcher. He's a great player for Morehead City. Hunter Shepard, the SAC Player of the Year last year, was on all three Marlin teams, the two that won the championship and obviously the one that came up a game short here in 21. Fowler pops this one foul and out of play. A ball and a strike. Cole bounced out to Perino at first base to end the first inning. That was a big out for Cobb to get. He'd already given up the run, had a couple men in scoring position, but got Fowler to roll over on that one. And the 1-1. Slider floats high, 2-1. But, yes, it was fun watching Shepard and Miller and Harris, who all went against each other, obviously, in SAC play on the same team. Those were 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. Hard to get all three of those guys out in one inning. Fouled back, 2-2. A couple Mount Olive guys on the team as well. Mount Olive perennial power in Southeast region. Fowler takes a high fastball and shoots it the other way to deep left field. Stober at the track, and he just makes the catch right in front of the wall. That ball had more carry on it than I thought it would off the bat as Stober makes the catch right in front of the Custom Design Group sign out in straightaway left field. 2 gone here in the fourth.
One more day that probably might get out of there.
Yeah, definitely would have on Friday with that wind, basically wind tunneling out to left field.
That's Mount Olive, as you said. That's Joey Cobb got his first appearance 2 years ago against Mount Olive when the Bears took a 3-game trip there when they were ranked number 20. Mount Olive was.
They're top 10 team a year ago.
They start 2-2 right now. Lost to Wingate, defending national championship this week.
That's a good non-conference early season series there.
Mount Olive got 1 vote for the regional poll. Wingate got the other 9. So,
is that the poll that you vote in?
Yes, I am part of this poll this year. Yes.
Look at you, moving up in the world. 2 balls and a strike on Dalen Griffith. Looks at a fastball right down Broadway. You know, and Jesse Lancaster, who is the one of the assistant coaches at Mount Olive, was the Marlins head coach.
Oh, okay.
Well, he was. He's stepping away this year. He's joining the front office, and one of the old Marlin coaches is returning. But Jesse won both of the championships and came up just the game short a year ago. And what is the premier summer collegiate league in this part of the country? A 3-1. Tapped off the end of the bat, foul. Full counts. Joey Cobb looking for his second straight inning facing the minimum. He had a walk last inning, but double play helped him out. Lefty, the big old mustache, delivers a full count pitch off the end of the bat again and just foul outside the first base bag. Got some strong mustaches on this team. Cobb's one of them. Kuda's another. Speaking of Kuda, he is way in the right center field gap in center field. Stober way off the line and left. Another full count pitch. Ball 4. Missed high. Joey Cobb issues his second walk of the day. And a 2-out base runner for Goldey-Beacom looking to claw their way back into this one. No, they want this one desperately.
Makes the bus ride home a lot better.
Winning that fourth game makes 8 hours on the bus ride back to Delaware a lot better than getting swept, but a lot of work to do if that's going to come to fruition.
Yeah. Guessing they want to start earlier than the 9th inning like last night.
Yeah. 5-run deficit in the 9th inning is not going to win you many games. Even though they hit the grand slam to bring it within 1. Coleman'sberger, the second baseman, tall, lanky drink of water in the batter's box, is ahead 2-0. Both pitches missed high for Cobb, and that will draw Derek Beasley out of the dugout for the first mound visit of the day.
You got to wonder, this is going to be pitch 75 for Cobb. How many more he has in him? Obviously, you'd like to get him through 5.
Yeah, they'd like to get him through 5, of course. Edwards, Austin Edwards, that is, who started Game 2 last night for the Bears, had similar struggles. He had a few more walks. He had 4, just couldn't quite find his command at times, but did battle through 5 innings. Had 8 strikeouts as well. The stuff was good. The command was just not quite where he would want it to be, and he would tell you that.
It's early in the season.
Yeah, and he'll get there. He's a live arm, really plus off-speed stuff. But he's 2-0. I mean, he's started 2 games and was the winning pitcher in both of them, so I guess you can't really find too many negatives in that.
Yeah, and Emmanuel came back hot this week. They beat Carson Newman this week. So
yeah, that's a good sign for the Bears because they went there and kind of took it to the Lions, took 3 out of 4. And Carson Newman was picked ahead of LR in the SAC preseason poll. So
6-2 to start, so.
Eagles always a tough out, the 2-0. Chop to third base, foul.
Yeah, we traveled down there this year, so.
Down, up, over.
I don't know
what the geography
Southwest.
is. I always say up because I just picture Tennessee as further north than North Carolina, but it's not really. So
it's probably west.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll Google here in a little bit and see.
Still trying to master my geography of the region.
I'm a big geography fan too.
Me too. I love geography.
Yep. And
2-2 on Coleman'sberger as that fastball finds the inner half. People people my age are so reliant on like GPS and stuff. Of course, this is like such a boomer thing that I'm saying here, but I need the GPS to get places that I haven't been before. But I'm not completely reliant on it. Cobb strikes out Coleman'sberger to end the threat here in the top of the 4th. Fastball right at the top of the zone. So 3 zeros in a row put up by Joey Cobb. I'd imagine he'll get a chance to come out to start the 5th inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. 6-1 LR. A catchy Spanish tune is playing through the speakers, so that must mean Luis Atiles is coming up here to start the 4th. 2 for 2, double, single, 3 RBIs already in this game for Luis. The first pitch from Taylor is that bender that he has featured here in this outing for a called strike. upon further review of a map between innings, Tennessee is a little bit north, but mostly west.
Okay.
At least Jefferson City, where Carson Newman is.
Yeah.
2-1 on Attiles, who's trying to call time there.
Yeah, didn't grant it.
Which I don't blame the umpire. He's probably cold, too. Let's get in the box and get moving here. Why do we need to be calling time? We don't. The 2-1 from Taylor. Breaking ball slapped foul down the right field line. 3 Lightning players giving chase, and it ends up out of play for a harmless strike 2. Ground rule double last time up for Luis Attiles. The other way down the right field line into the trees beyond the fence. Started a double play behind Joey Cobb back in the third, and the 2-2. Chop to the left side. Fowler cuts it off, shuffles, and makes a perfect throw for the first out.
Been impressed with Fowler this weekend. He's played some good third base for the Lightning.
Sure has. Had been busy, too.
Yes.
Had a lot of chances. Anthony Perino now. Been on twice, hit by pitch and a single. And that breaking ball, top of the zone, called strike. Bears the next 2 days off, and then a midweek here on Wednesday with Limestone. That's a SAC opponent, but it's not a SAC conference game, as Perino rips a base hit to the right center field gap, takes a wide turn, but heads back to first, and has the 8th hit of the ball game for Lenoir-Rhyne, with 1 out here in the 4th.
They say, Limestone on Wednesday, one of the 4 SAC teams we don't see in conference play this year,
right,
with Queens.
And the Bears miss Newberry and Wingate this year, which is looking like a favorable draw.
Yeah, them teams are only 13-0 so far this year.
Exactly.
So that could benefit us for sure.
LR goes to Catawba, so that'll be a tough road series as Metzler looks at a breaking ball upstairs.
Catawba squeaked by Shippensburg, which will be here next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend. Just a 3-game set.
Yeah, won 2 one-run games yesterday. I think 10-inning game, one of them.
And then the following Wednesday, a midweek with Bluefield State. That's the first of 2 midweeks this year between these 2 teams. Metzler takes a breaking ball on a hop to short. Maxwell for 1, and it is a double play. Taylor made. Hard hit by Metzler, but right at Maxwell, who starts the double play. And the side is retired. Bears get a 1-out hit, but erased on the double play. We head to the 6th. 6-1 LR.
Break great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
So we thought Joey Cobb might come back out for the 5th, and I misspoke going into the break. It's only the 5th inning, not the 6th, so maybe a little subliminal thinking there for me. But Austin Blevins is the new pitcher. Big 6'2", 240 righty from Granite Falls, NC. Second appearance of the year. Pitched an inning and a third last Monday against Emmanuel. Gave up 3 hits and an earned run in that outing. 2021, 7 appearances out of the bullpen, 5 2/3 innings, 4.76 ERA. Facing 9-1-2, and McAvoy, who singled in his first collegiate at-bat ever back in the 2nd, went too far around on the swing for strike 1 here in the 5th.
It's a big out. 9-hitter here.
2 tights to the righty McAvoy. Ball and a strike. Blevins went to South Caldwell High School, probably about 20 minutes from campus.
Oh, yep. Madison Bumgarner.
That's right.
Went there.
1-2. South Caldwell's color scheme is very similar to LR's as well.
Yes.
And the 1-2. Good leave there by McAvoy. Stayed away from the stuff down and away, 2-2. I can't decide if standing or sitting is going to be warmer, and I haven't landed on a conclusion quite yet. Yeah, the answer is neither. Good point, Danny. 2-2. Just down and away. Thought he might pull the trigger there, but I think it was a little bit too low. A couple good at-bats for McAvoy today. Getting the start in the 9-hole for Tom Riley's Lightning. Blevins is ready for the full count pitch, and it hits him.
All right, big opportunity for the Lightning. Now turning over the lineup.
So McAvoy's aboard for the 2nd time. Had a 2-out knock in the 2nd, and then Demetrius Johnson, who's up now, flew out to end the inning. Demetrius doubled on the first pitch of the game to dead center field over Kuda's head against Cobb, the Bears starter. Thought about going after that one, but wisely held back for ball 1. Blevins delivers the 1-0. There's a strike at the knees. Luke Taylor has given Goldey-Beacom some stability in the bullpen. Put up 2 zeros in a row. Bears got all 6 of their runs in the first 2 innings. Johnson hacks and misses there, 1-2. Demetrius, a finance major from Glassboro, New Jersey. 2 starts a year ago, but has started all 4 games of this series in center field, so seems to have taken over that slot for Goldey-Beacom. Just a sophomore. 1-2. He got him on strikes. Painted the corner, and Blevins has a strikeout here following up the leadoff hit by pitch. Big out to get ahead of Maxwell. So do you always play with the Cubs on the show? Or is it you vary your teams?
What I usually do, I like the Cubs and the Tampa Bay Rays.
They would be a fun team to play on with the show.
Just get rid of everyone. Just draft players.
Do you pull your pitchers in crucial moments of World Series games where it ends up losing you the game? Because
I'll end up winning, but yes.
You end up winning. Kevin Cash did that, and very much to their detriment in the 2020 World Series. Was it Snell? Took Snell out of the game when he should have just kept him in, and the bullpen got rocked by the Dodgers.
I always like to have an opener, and then...
Oh, you're an opener guy.
Yes, I'm a big fan of the opener guy.
Okay. What's your reasoning there as Maxwell waves and misses a ball and a strike?
Just like this, you got Maxwell a lefty, so if you start a lefty, try to get him, lefty in the first inning. And then you come out with your starter for one time through the lineup, and then you can play matchups the rest of the game.
There's a lot of strategy here, and I respect it.
Yep, that's
tipped back out of the glove of Clarno. 1-2 on Maxwell, who hit a ball hard in his first at-bat to Laskowski at second for an out, and then walked in the third. Only 2 hits in the series, both of them extra bases. Blevins takes a look at McAvoy over there. Glad you're with us as the sun is now all of a sudden shining here on this Super Bowl Sunday. The 1-2 to Maxwell is shot the other way, deep left field. Stober, long run, and it lands in fair territory as he can't get there. Everyone thought it was foul, but it wasn't. Stober runs it down as McAvoy stops at third. He had him played. He was playing in the left center field gap, and that thing just hung up there forever. Stober couldn't run it down as it plopped down about 2 feet into fair territory. So second double of the series for Maxwell, and Goldey-Beacom's in business here in the top of the 5th.
long run for Stober, plus the slice off the bat, just landing inside the line, and see what the Lightning can do at second and third with only 1 out.
Autry, who has the 1 RBI of this game for Goldey-Beacom, gets a chance to make this a 3-run game if he can knock these 2 guys in. Lunges after that one and grounds it foul down the first base line. Wind not much of a factor right now, thank God, because our tarps would be all over the place. And Autry gets grazed by that one. So now the double play's back in play. Blevins is playing chess, not checkers.
We've seen this scenario last night, so bases loaded.
Ton of hit by pitches in this game. But yeah, this is not the guy you want up with the bases loaded, but the Bears are still up 5, just like they were last night when Musi came up in this situation, and Musi hit a grand slam. So LR will try to prevent that from happening again. Just an absolute no-doubter. A tater by Musi last night. The first slider was a strike. McAvoy third, hit by pitch. Maxwell doubled, but it was a funky double because I think everyone thought it was either going to be caught or foul. And then Autry hit by a pitch as well. 0-1. Strike 2, inside corner. So
that's a great pitch. Hit the spot. 0-2 to see if we set him up with that slider here.
Blevins not afraid to work inside, that's for sure. And the 0-2. Line drive, base hit through the left side. Musi comes through again as they're sending Maxwell home. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. And Autry gets the job done. Actually, Musi gets the job done. Autry's at second base, but a 2-run single. Back to a 3-run ball game.
0-2 slider, just got too much of the plate. And put a good stick on and found the left side.
Couple of 0-2 mistakes in this game for the Bears.
I'm not a fan of wasting pitches, but we got too much of the plate on these them 2 today.
I'm with you. Waste pitches are so 2000s.
Yeah.
But at the same time, your point remains about you can't, throw a meatball over the plate. So now Megginson, sack bunt and a strikeout today. Chin music, 2-0. Manginson went 4 for 4 in Game 1 yesterday. Not so good in Game 2. Wave and a miss on 2-0. 2 balls and a strike. Still double play chance here for the Bears with runners on first and second. LR has already turned 1 double play in this game. And the 2-1. 3-1. Outfield very deep. Stober way back near the warning track. Blevins thinking about Autry back there. Kuda shades slightly towards left center field. Pretty big. And then throws it away. Perino runs it down, and there's some interference there, but Autry's moving up to third either way.
He made a mistake. He should have kept on running.
So Attiles not only makes the error, then he interferes with Autry, but he would have made it to third base either way, so not much damage there on the interference.
I would try to keep on running hard, try to score. Worst case, go back to third.
And I think Blevins' day is done as Chris Ramirez comes out and takes the baseball. Might be Cartret. I think it is. Blevins coming out. Henry Cartret coming in when you come back to Durham Field.
Moret Stadium is an iconic part of LR athletics, hosting games, tailgating, marching band competitions, sports camps, and graduation ceremonies. The stadium serves as a valued focal point for the greater Hickory area. The time has come to renovate the stadium to allow LR to continue to offer our student athletes, fans, and the community an exceptional experience.
Lefty Henry Cartret gets an appearance here in a big spot. 2 on, 2 out. Lefty from Clarks Hill, South Carolina, transferred in from USC Aiken. Appeared in 50 career games for the Pacers. That's their mascot,
yes,
right? The
absolutely.
Pacers. Inning and a third so far for LR, and it's been perfect. He's gotten 4 outs, and all 4 outs are strikeouts. So.
Yep. Now we got a lefty-lefty matchup we were talking about.
Can't ask for a better start to his LR career. And likely brought in for this lefty-lefty matchup with Cole Fowler. Be nice to see him get maybe a couple innings here. Got to think that Coach Ram's not trying to use like a ton of guys today.
You got 4 more innings, 13 more outs to get.
Fowler's 0 for 2, ground out, fly out. Took Stober back to the wall in left field in the 4th. First pitch breaking ball. Dropped in beautifully for a called strike. That's the thing that the Bears do a lot out of the bullpen is pitch backwards.
Yep.
Start guys off with the breaking ball.
Especially early in the season, I like that strategy. That was more of a 12-6 curve. I liked it.
Cartret works the third base side of the rubber and delivers. Now they're breaking ball. Fowler goes after it this time and misses. 2 strikes.
Okay, now 0-2 back-to-back curveballs. As a pitcher, I was told never throw the same pitch 3 times.
Probably sitting fastball, though. So
yep.
It's kind of a mind game here.
Yep. The strategy.
I would throw the curveball again if it were me.
No, I'm sitting outside with the fastball. Off the plate.
See what Cartret goes with. It's the breaking ball. Swing and a miss.
3 straight.
Cartret's fired up. So is the Bear dugout. Goldey-Beacom gets 2 back in the top of the 5th. And LR still doubling up the Lightning 6-3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th on the Bear Sports Network. Eight, 9, and 1 due up for the Bears here in the bottom of the 5th. LR's up 6-3, looking for the clean 4-game sweep of Goldey-Beacom, who came into this series ranked number 14 in one of the Division II baseball polls. Is the Collegiate Baseball Writer poll? Is that the one?
That is the
number 14.
They're number 14. Yep.
Taylor's still on the mound, featuring that curveball that has been really effective. Put up 2 zeros in a row against the Bears as David Bell waves and misses for strike 1. That's really surprising that Taylor's been good given his numbers from last year.
He's working ahead. Bears can't get off speed. He's got him forward first time around. Let's see the second time around what they do. Make the adjustment.
Grounder to third. Fowler's been busy the whole weekend and continues to be up to the challenge. A good play there to get Bell by a step, the speedy David Bell by a step. And the leadoff man is retired here in the bottom of the 5th. Bears have done well this weekend answering Goldey-Beacom's runs. Every time Goldey-Beacom has scored in the top half of an inning, it seemed like LR has answered with at least a run in their half. Trying to do the same here. Another first pitch breaking ball. Been a steady diet of those early in counts. Another called strike, this time to Stober. Stober walking a strikeout today and is quickly down 0-2 here. And lines the 0-2 past the diving Maxwell into center field for a base hit. Similar problem there.
Yep. Bears got their 0-2 hit now.
Yep.
Too much of the plate.
Too much plate there from Taylor. Bryce Stober has his first base knock of the day. And I almost said Barracuda. That's his walk-up song for Wade Cuda. Comes up. It's the 4th game of the weekend. I'm a little bit scatterbrained at this point. And we're right back at it tomorrow on the Bear Sports Network, not with baseball, at a noon face-off with men's lacrosse. Looking forward to being back with my man Jamie Dickinson tomorrow. As Florida Tech Panthers come to town. Bears got a good win yesterday over North Greenville to bounce back. Noon face-off, so hope you can spend part of your lunch break with us on a Monday. Kuda's down 0-2 on the inside corner as he gives the umpire a grin. Even when he's taking strikes that he doesn't like, Kuda's all smiles this weekend, which makes complete sense given the weekend that he's had. 0-2, ground ball to third base. Fowler a dive, picks it up, and fires to first and continues his Gold Glove weekend down there at the hot corner for Goldey-Beacom.
Smart play there. After he got up, knew who was running at first. Knew his only play would be at 2 first, and made a great throw. If he hesitates there at all, Kuda gets to first.
That's a good point. Fowler, it's been great today. Did make one error that in the first game of the series that wasn't really his fault. It was a little bit of an errant throw, but it's a play that I think Musi at first base will tell you he needs to make. Laskowski now with 2 outs. Strike 1 on the corner.
He had one earlier on a chopper. He gloved and it bounced off his glove too.
Was that him,
Yeah.
or was that?
No,
it was him.
Yeah, it was him.
But there's been some difficult plays
Yeah.
that he's had to make, and he's made all of them here, especially these last 2 games of the series. So a man in scoring position, and Laskowski watches ball 1 float off the plate. Inesta on deck, who has yet to be retired today. Cole, JUCO transfer, another great find in the transfer portal from Niagara County Community College in New York. 310 last year, 2 homers, 34 RBIs. It's kind of in Danny's neck of the woods. From Oneonta, New York, Miss Nicosia. 2 balls and a strike on Laskowski, who watches the breaking ball find the top of the zone for strike 2.
2-1 breaking ball with who on deck.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What is he, like Lord Voldemort? You can't say his name. You a Harry Potter guy? Don't say his name.
Don't want to jinx it.
2-2. Touch high. Good lead from Laskowski, and the count is full. I was really banking on you being a Harry Potter guy, Jason.
No, I've been to Universal Studios, but that's about all.
All right. So, I mean, that's a fairly...
Yeah.
You don't have to be a Harry Potter nerd, and I certainly am not a Harry Potter nerd, but I know the movies and the books.
Just don't have time for movies, unfortunately.
You are probably the busiest guy I know. Laskowski swings and misses, and the side is retired here in the 5th. 3 zeros in a row put up by Luke Taylor out of the bullpen for Goldey-Beacom, and now we actually head to the 6th inning. 6-3 lead for LR.
Play hard if you use your feet to chase fitness goals. If you stand all day at work. Introducing True Energy Infrared Technology Socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
exits. Blevins is from Granite Falls, which is just north of Hickory, and Maiden is just south of Hickory, as Floyd, who has given up 2 hits in 3 innings, no runs, and 5 strikeouts for the freshman righty. Facing 7, 8, and 9 in the Goldey-Beacom lineup, Griffith, Colemansberger, and McAvoy. Dalen Griffith, who walked in his last plate appearance, digs in. First pitch swinging, fouled off for strike 1. After striking out in his first 2 at-bats, gets a base knock to give way to McAvoy, who is yet to be retired in his college career. If he goes out now, he's the best offensive player of all time.
Tied, probably.
Yeah, maybe. Fouls the first pitch back to the screen for strike 1. Single and a hit by pitch scored the second run for the Lightning, who will head back to Delaware
for
after this one.
Yeah, a few days when they come back down Friday.
Yeah, they're playing Lemoyne, who Bear fans know as the team that that beat LR in the lacrosse national championship in this past May. They're playing Mercy and Lemoyne in Cary at the USA Baseball Complex. Beautiful breaking ball in the outside corner for a called strike 2 to McAvoy.
And then they got a home and away against Shivenberg.
Bottom 6, Unesta, Clerno, Attiles, the guys that have done the lion's share of the damage today, coming up here in the bottom half of inning number 6. Eric Bach, Jason Stubbe, delighted you're with us on this Super Bowl Sunday afternoon. Just the one camera setup today because of the weather this morning and into this early afternoon in Hickory. It's still super wet and cold, so we can't do our normal setup. So we're just rolling with this, and of course, mine and Jason's impeccable commentary as Unesta
make a play,
pops it up. Is it coming over my head? Or just right behind us?
Oh, missed the car.
Ground rule double for Nick. One hop the scoreboard back in the second. Drove in a run. Ended up coming home himself on the Attiles ground rule double, who's on deck. Another breaking ball, another strike. Clerno from Georgia watches that one float inside for ball 2.
So 3-1.
Is it 3-1?
Yeah, I believe it's 3-1. We've seen 4 pitches.
Well, I got outvoted 2-1 here then. That's a strike. So now the count is full. Clerno transferred to LR from Georgia College. I'm sorry, North Georgia. And he watches ball 4 just below the knees. Louis Attiles now. He's been star of the show today. Single, double, 3 RBIs. Also a ground out in there, so 2 for 3. First pitch bounces in front of the plate for ball 1. I mentioned earlier this weekend that he had a relative that played for the Montreal Expos. Attiles did. And I am not old enough to remember when the Montreal Expos were a thing.
1994.
And Wilfredo Tejada was Luis Atile's relative, and he played for the Expos in '86.
Andre Dawson was my favorite Expo. Tim Raines.
Of course, then they moved to D.C. And the Nationals won their first World Championship in 2019. There was a lot of years that it felt like that would never happen. That one floats upstairs 2-1.
Good time. 2-1, thinking fastball. Good time for a hit and run.
Maybe, but the way Taylor's been pitching would not surprise me to see the breaking ball here.
Yeah, but that'd be a good pitch. Is second baseman covering, just shoot it over to the right side.
Haven't seen much on today for Coach Ram. Fakes the steal. The pitch misses inside. It was a fastball, 3-1. Chile's perfectly executed a hit and run yesterday.
This is
lined a ball right over Musey's head at first base, tucked it inside the right field foul line.
Good time to put the run in motion here.
Lewis falls down in the box after he fouls that one off. Full count.
He lost his leg guard.
The elbow guard,
elbow
yeah.
guard.
Watch this one. This pitch will hit him. Not that I'm hoping that'll happen, but that'll be what happens. Clarno at first walked. Board for the second time. And he takes off on this 3-2 pitch, and then another foul ball from Atiles into the parking lot.
Steven Clarno's running again. 3-2, 1 out.
Got some signs from Coach Ram, so pretty big lead over there for Nick, who will take off again. The pitch is low for ball 4. So back-to-back walks now for Taylor, who has been really good for Goldey-Beacom. But there is action in the Lightning bullpen and a mound visit coming from the coaching staff.
Yeah, 72 pitches early in the year, mostly relievers. Probably getting close to the end of his day, but he's done a great job.
Did make a couple starts last year, so is used to pitching longer into games. So Anthony Perino will come up now. He's 2 for 2 today. Got hit by a pitch in his third plate appearance. Perino came into the game hitting .381, so now well over 400 on the season with the 2 base knocks today. 1 to left field, 1 to right. Will look to give the Bears a little bit more cushion. Breaking ball too tight, ball 1. Everyone calls him Tony, obviously, Anthony, but
Call him walk-off.
Walk-off Tony, yep. Which, again, feels like an eternity ago, as you mentioned earlier. That was just on Tuesday.
Oh.
But that was a classic. That's one of the better games, certainly maybe the best baseball game I've been a part of, at least drama and competitive-wise. Felt pretty lucky to call that one. 2-1 as Perino watches a strike on the corner. Salerno at second, Antilles at first. 6-3 lead for the Bears. Looking to add to it and complete this 4-game sweep. 2-1. Inside corner, 2-2. Perino can't believe it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good strike.
Yeah, it looked like it was really close at least. And when it's really close, it goes to the umpire.
Yeah, no, I mean, 2-1 pitch. Still ahead, you know.
Yeah, no need.
Yeah.
The world isn't ending.
Nope.
This one bounces over Autry's head, and now the double play is out of the question, at least on the infield, as runners move up. The count is full on Perino. Danny's just going to war with this tarp over here. If only the viewers could see our setup, they might have a little bit more appreciation for what's being done here to get this broadcast on the air today. Full count on Anthony Perino, yet to be retired today. Here with one out in the bottom of the sixth. Tell you about the new pitcher when we come back to Durham Field.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Another collegiate debut taking place here at Durham Field. Logan Mcnellis is the new pitcher for Goldey-Beacom, the freshman from, I'm going to butcher this, Sewickley, Pennsylvania, I'm going to say. Went to Eden Christian High School. And I'm a fan of his because his favorite show is Ozark, which I am a big Ozark stan. Love me some Marty Bird. So first appearance of his collegiate career. Went to the state championship in high school. Threw 2 perfect games and 1 no-hitter. So a decorated high school pitcher. And now makes his debut for the Lightning here on Super Bowl Sunday.
But his favorite team, the Steelers, won't be playing tonight.
In your face, Jay-Z. I guess the Bears and Lions are a lot further from the Super Bowl than the Steelers are, so we probably can't talk too much.
Yeah, good point.
Metzler is 1 for 2 today. RBI single, walk, then hit into a double play back in the 4th. So the sun is beaming down. Now, might want to take the 10 off, Danny. Warm us up a little bit down here in the shade. 0-2 on Scott. Is it 0-2, Jason? Am I crazy?
It is 0-2.
Okay, all right.
Because I think this is a good
First
time.
pitch was a fastball called, then the second one fouled off. Check on Perino over there. So you finished Ozark Season 4. No spoilers, of course, but what was the review?
Oh, a A minus.
A minus.
Yes, just
okay.
because it teases me at the wait.
Yeah, well, I think the second one's coming out later this year.
Yeah, it's still too long.
Yeah, Metzler swings and misses. So, first batter McNellis faces is a strikeout. Now 2 gone here in the 6th. I was a big fan of part 1 of season 4 as well. Love Ruth. Ruth is the best character in the show. Anyone who says otherwise, it's hard to be trusted, because anyone who likes Wendy, if there's anyone in your life that likes Wendy Bird, you might want to re-examine that.
That's a good take.
Your trust in that person. David Bell is down 0-2, so McNellis out of the pen throwing strikes.
5 straight strikes.
0 for 2 with a walk. Watches that one bounce in.
Looks like he's not even pausing that on the mound. We've had a couple balks called this weekend.
He's not pausing on the mound. Well, at least he will be in compliance with the speed of pitching rule. God forbid we have another stoppage because of that. 1-2 to Bell. On a hop to short. Maxwell thought about going to first, but then just flips it to second as he says, "My bad," to second baseman Coleman'sberger, and the side is retired. But the Bears get a big 2-run single from Anthony Perino, get the 2 back that Goldey-Beacom put up in the 5th, and lead by 5 as we head to the 7th on the Bears Sports Network. New arm for the Bears. It's a familiar one. Caleb Cockerham, who pitched in last night's game. Lefty from Clemens, NC. Hard-throwing lefty who got lifted in the 8th, and then Michael Allen came in and gave up the home run to Autry. So, you know, the percentages are definitely in favor of making the righty-lefty switch. Sometimes the game just laughs in your face as Cockerham will face the top of the order. Demetrius Johnson, Mason Maxwell, Marshall Autry. But got to think that Cockerham is brought in primarily to face Maxwell, who is due up second this inning. Demetrius, double runs scored. 0 for 2 other than that.
Struck out Johnson yesterday.
Starts him off with a breaking ball for a called strike. Caleb on the season. This is his 4th appearance, 3 2/3, as this one's chopped right back to him.
Went
Johnson.
off his leg.
They called it foul, and Johnson is, if it did not hit his leg, is really doing a good job of milking this because
it definitely hit something different. But it bounced pretty high, hit off his leg, though.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Yep.
if it didn't hit his leg, I really do respect it. The commitment to this charade. But it's 0-2. Caleb, 4 strikeouts to just 1 walk so far in 3 2/3, and now 5 strikeouts. Johnson set down swinging on an outside fastball.
Shortstop number 7, Mason Maxwell.
Heard a couple ball don't lies from the from the dugout there from LR. Maxwell now, double last time up down the left field line. Watches that slider outside for ball 1. Same pitch, same result. Maxwell lays off 2-0. It's just crazy that the sun is now out, and it's still about a 20-degree difference between yesterday and today. It's a strike on the inner half to Maxwell.
Good spot on a 2-0 fastball. Inside corner.
Inning and 2/3 last night for Cockerham. 3 strikeouts. It was his longest outing of his young career. Just a freshman. This one's lifted left field. Stober didn't see it initially, but now runs in and grabs it in shallow left field for the second out. So just a lazy fly ball there from Maxwell, and 2 gone in the 7th.
Catcher number 9, Marshall Autry.
Marshall Autry has an RBI in this game. Digs in, got hit by a pitch. Single, grounded into a double play, got hit by a pitch, and then was stranded on third base to end the 5th. But early on in his freshman season, Jason Cockerham has really established himself as one of the go-to guys in the late innings out of the Bear bullpen.
Yeah, no lefty coming out of the bullpen, throwing strikes, getting big strikeouts. It's impressive to do at a young age, first time out. Especially back-to-back days for the twice this week, pitching Monday, Tuesday, and then yesterday and today.
From Clemens, NC, according to our research department, is just about an hour east of here.
Yeah, Winston-Salem area.
Went to West Forsyth High School. And is 1 strike away from a perfect 7th inning. And he gets it. Paints the corner. Autry can't believe it, but he is set down, and the side is retired. Pair of strikeouts for Cockerham. 1, 2, 3, 7th time to stretch at Durham Field. 8-3 Bears on the Bear Sports Network. McNellis back to the hill, bottom of the 7th. 9-1-2 coming up for LR. Stober, Kuda, Laskowski. Bryce Stober digs in. 1 for 2 with a walk today for Bryce. Playing left field where he's been. This is now the 8th game of the year for the Bears, and he's made 5 starts out in left field. His first pitch swinging, but shoots it foul out of play. So the freshman McNellis back to work.
Looks from the stretch with no one on, too.
Same thing that Joshua Lanham does that we saw yesterday for the...
You see that more in common. I like it because the biggest pitches of the game come from the stretch.
That's right. That's a good point. May as well get used to pitching from the stretch. Even though, whenever in my brief pitching career, I was a lot more comfortable from the wind-up.
Really? See, I was totally opposite. I like the stretch.
Just felt like I could get more behind it, you know? You get the little bit more momentum.
I'm sure you threw mid-90s.
Yeah. More like mid-70s if I was lucky. 2-1 to Stober on the corner, 2-2. And a little bit unique, puts the hands behind the head. So there's a diving stop at first base by Musi. Can he beat him there? Yes, he can. Good play.
Very good play.
Dove, got up, dove again to reach his glove out to the bag to get the speedy Stober. Little defense for the Lightning. They've been good defensively today. Now Kuda, who somehow was 0 for 4 in this game. 3 flyouts and a ground out. I think all 4 of Kuda's outs today have been good plays by the defenders. They're probably tired of watching Kuda run around the bases against him.
Probably last chance to extend his hitting streak.
Yeah.
We hope. I mean, we don't want to see the bottom of the 9th, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point. 6 outs left for the Bears to get after this inning ends. And Kuda. Well, the hit streak is going to continue if it's fair, and it's foul. That thing was absolutely cranked, but hooked foul. Bear dugout can't believe it.
I lost it.
I lost it too. I was just watching the umpire. Kuda certainly seemed to think it was gone, which it was gone, but it was foul. that baseball's well gone.
Yeah.
As Coach Ram gives him a shrug going past as he heads back to the dugout. So 2 outs for Laskowski. Tipped the first pitch foul right at home plate for strike 1.
Curious to see in post-game interviews what Ram says about the home run, if he thought it was fair or foul.
Well, he seemed to think it was foul because there was really no argument.
Yep.
Unless he just let it go, which I doubt because that's a home run.
Yep.
1-1.
With 2 umpire crew, that's the home plate's call. So
he seemed to be pretty sure. At least he sold it if he wasn't sure. Laskowski up the middle, diving stop by Maxwell. Can he get him? He sure can. Musi scoops it out of there. Good defensive inning for Goldey-Beacom. 3 really nice plays, and the side is retired in order. 6 outs left. We head to the 8th. 8-3 Bears. Already the 5th appearance of the season for Jackson Reed out of the bullpen. 6'7", 200-pound redshirt sophomore from Mooresville, NC. Pitched in the game on Friday, scoreless inning. 4 1/3 innings overall, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts to 1 walk. So he and Cockerham, along with Houston, have been the real bright spots in the late game situations out of the bullpen this year, Jason, for LR.
Yes, and as we talked about earlier, last year was one of the struggles, and so far this year and this weekend has been a strength, other than maybe the 9th inning yesterday in the second game. Thanks to this guy coming to bat.
Musey certainly made things interesting last night. Grand slam. And the Bears were up 5 in the 9th to make it a 1-run game. Goldey-Beacom got the tying run to third base with 2 outs, but could not get him home. The first pitch missed upstairs for ball 1, but the ERA is 2.08 for Jackson. At the knees, 1-1. Garrett today, hit by pitch, strikeout, 2-run single. So 2 more RBIs today. Thought about going around there and should have committed to it. It's a strike, 1-2. Some of these guys out here in short sleeves in this weather is insane to me. It's third base. Ynesta cuts it off. Played that perfectly. Thought about trying to charge it and take it on the first big hop, but knew that with Musey running, he had enough time to back off and play it on the shorter hop, and makes the most of his first chance of the day. And 1 gone here in the 8th. So now Megginson, who started the first 3 games of the series at second base, moves out to left field today. And the 0-1 pitch. Too tight, ball and a strike.
Bears working in with the fastball a lot today.
Reed's just a really intimidating presence on the mound. There's something about these tall pitchers, and especially he's got a kind of a unique arm slot. It's more noticeable when we have our angle. We're seated right behind the camera, and it's just kind of an intimidating. I mean, his legs are super long. The 1-2 coming to Megginson. Fought off.
Yeah, like a 3/4 release. All 6-7, get a long stretch. Ball gets on you quick. But he's made a great jump in year 2. Last year only limited to 5 innings on the mound, and after today, he's surpassed that 5 innings this season already.
Another 1-2 offering. Downstairs. Change up or maybe a slider there, 2-2. Bears just the 1 error defensively today, and that was when on Tilles when he tried to backpick a guy at second base after catching a line drive. Threw it over Laskowski's head. And that error didn't really do much damage for the Bears. Overall, it's been a pretty cleanly played series.
Agree. A lot of good defensive plays. A few thrown errors by pitchers. I think 3 this weekend.
Yeah, the pitchers are the ones that aren't holding up their end of the bargain defensively. Another foul ball off to the right for Megginson. He was the one that lined out to Attiles that led to the error. Hit that ball right on the barrel, but right at Lewis. And the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming. Another foul ball straight back to the screen.
What's the most pitches you've seen in a bat?
Oh, gosh. Like in a game I've called or been at?
In a game you called it.
Oh, probably 16, 15 or 16. I think it was in a Michigan State game, if I remember correctly. Full count pitch again. Another foul ball. I think I actually do distinctly remember the batter for Michigan State was Trent Farquhar, who was still on the team. And it was last spring against Purdue.
Oh, Purdue.
Big win for Spartan basketball. I just completely went after him this week on my podcast. But they, to their credit, responded. Reed wins the battle. Megginson lunges after that full count pitch and strikes out. 2 gone here in the 8th.
So Reed has a strikeout in every appearance so far this year.
So you're a Chicago guy. Does that mean you're a Northwestern fan?
No, Purdue.
Oh, you're a Purdue fan?
Yes.
Oh. I guess I did know that. Because I remember when Purdue beat Michigan State in football this year, and you were all over that.
Yep. Yeah.
Swing and a miss by Fowler.
That was easy call there. No offense.
Yeah, big. Oh, for sure it was. Saw it coming from a mile away. Big hoop matchup at the end of the month between the two. At the Breslin Center. That one's ripped foul by Fowler. I'm trying not to be punny when I say that. And I did that the other day when I said Fowler fouls that one off, and Jay-Z laughed at me, and I wasn't even trying to be funny. Cole today, 0 for 3. Ground out, fly out, strikeout for him. Played a solid third base, and now from the left side faces Reed. Rips this ball to right field. Bell back, looking up, and makes the catch at the warning track. How many of those have we had both sides today? But the side is retired in order in the 8th. Bears will look to add some insurance. Already have a 5-run lead as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Just 6 outs away from a 4-game sweep on the Bear Sports Network. Unesta, Clarno-Attiles here in the bottom of the 8th. Bears looking for a little insurance before the 9th here against Tommy Federici. New pitcher for Goldey-Beacom. First appearance of 22 after only having one appearance in 21 against University of the Sciences.
Yes,
I'm surprised that school has a baseball team. 2-0 to Unesta.
They split with them last year, I saw, 2-2.
One of Goldey-Beacom's 9 losses came against the Scientists.
Yeah. I think 2, actually. Home and away series.
Federici, a big fan of the show, so you and him would get along well.
Yeah.
Unesta today struck out looking in his last at-bat, but had not gotten out before that. Pops this one foul straight back. Right off the handle, 2-1 on Drew Unesta. From North Charleston, South Carolina. Cranks this ball left field, and it's fair, and one hopping against the wall and into the corner. Absolute muscle job there from Unesta. Just turned on it, kept it fair, and has his second double of the day. Can tell it's the 8th inning for our PA announcer, Jay-Z, too. He was nervous that his voice was going to go out today, and I think that was precisely why right there. And in about 30 seconds, I'm going to get a text. Nick Clarno scored 2 runs today, double and a walk. Watch his strike one go by there. So Unesta today, walk, hit by pitch, double, strikeout, double. 2 runs scored. And, Jason, this seems like an insignificant inning for the Bears offensively because, they got the 5-run lead, 3 outs away. But if they didn't score insurance runs in this type of situation yesterday, they probably would have lost game 2.
As you know, the 27th out is the hardest one to get, so...
And on cue, there's the text.
But Wade, 3, 4, 5, 6 have been hitting today.
Yeah.
7 for 12 combined.
And 4 continues his hot streak. Clarno a ground ball single to the right side. Unesta in safely ahead of the throw. The ball is loose. Clarno's to second. And the middle of the Bear order continues its tear today. 9-3 LR.
No throw in there for the weekend.
Shortstop number 5, Louis Achille.
So Attiles now. Lewis today, single, double, ground out, walk, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs. So this is the first time he's been in the 5-hole this year. He's led off, batted 6th. Actually, pardon me, it's the second time he's been in the 5-hole. And has been productive just about wherever he's been in the lineup. I don't think it was as much of a demotion for Attiles out of the leadoff spot as it was a promotion for Kuda. In the 0-1. Downstairs, ball and strike. Federici from Swoyersville, Pennsylvania. Went to Wyoming Valley West High School. I still have questions about University of the Sciences. Breaking ball upstairs, and no, it's a balk. So that pitch doesn't count. It's 1-1. Clarno moves up to third.
He pitched it. Called a balk. You need to swing that bat because nothing bad could happen. You get a base hit, it counts. If you fly out, it's a no pitch.
Huh.
So that's a rule that most people don't realize.
Yeah,
so
that's a rule that I sure didn't know.
Yeah,
so
if you
the
call
more you know.
Yeah, if you call a balk and he pitches it, you need to swing it. It happened last night, too, and I'm like, swing the bat.
Jason out of the press box window. Swing it! Attile swings it at this one to left center field and drops it in for his third hit and fourth RBI of this game. In the middle of the Baird lineup, just continues to roll here on this Sunday afternoon.
That's his 11th hit of the week. Most week that'd be good enough for player of the
Talking
week.
about Attiles?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Including 7 the last 2 days. 4 in game 2 last night, 3 today. So he is as advertised for sure. That's interesting that on the balk. You know, I consider myself a pretty strong in the rules of baseball. I did not know that.
You haven't seen it happen too much.
It's just usually when a balk is called, everyone just stops. So I figured that it was just a dead ball, but
if you do pitch
apparently
it,
not.
To my knowledge, you pitch it.
Well,
you
I'm
swing.
sure that you're right. You have quite a bit of experience score-keeping games at both the collegiate and professional levels. So Perino, who has 3 hits in this game, Anthony also has 3 RBIs. Strike 1 on the corner. So all the RBIs in this game for the Bears belong to 4 players. 2 for Clarno, 4 for Attiles, 3 for Perino, 1 for Metzler. Unesta has 3 runs scored. This one's a mile high in the infield. Coleman'sberger at second base puts it away for the first out here of the 8th. And we have a pinch hitter. So Caleb Fluno will get some hacks in hitting for Metzler here.
Pitch hitting for the Bears, number 44, Caleb Fluno.
Nickname Flu. I'm not sure I would love that nickname, considering that even though some days it doesn't feel like it, we're still technically in the middle of a pandemic. That was an annoyed groan there, Jason. Sometimes I forget that COVID's like a thing still. Fluno.
Foul ball?
Was that a foul ball
Foul
or was that
ball.
off his guard?
Well, he's
called a foul ball.
Off the knob of the bat.
Huh. Caleb from Nashville, NC.
That must be the coast.
I could not point out Nashville, North Carolina on a map if my life depended on it. But Jay-Z and I talked about this on Friday, how North Carolina does have a lot of small towns that are named after big towns. Jay-Z
Dallas.
himself lives in Denver.
Yep. Dallas. Close.
Nashville.
Yep. Well, that's 3.
I mean, that's kind of a lot. Jacksonville was the other one. But Jacksonville, North Carolina,
That is true.
Jacksonville. I lived there this summer when I worked for the Marlins. It's a bigger town. It's not like a little small town with like one traffic light. I mean, it's a big like metropolitan area. 1-2, the count on Fluno. He was 0 for 2 this season in 2 pinch hit at-bats. 6'5", 215 pounds. The 0-2 delivery. Strike 3. And then a throw back to first. Tilles is back in easily. So Fluno strikes out in his pinch hit at-bat. And now Ryan Healy will pinch hit for David Bell.
For the Bears, number 3, Ryan Healy.
Ryan, the junior from Charlotte, pinch hit the other night as well. I guess it was yesterday. I say the other night. All the days run together. And got a hit and an RBI in his pinch hit at bat. That was in game 1 yesterday. Tipped into the glove of Autry for strike 1. So Healy batting 1,000 so far this year. Back to the screen, 0-2. Off the mask of the umpire, it gets knocked right off his face, or off his head. I think he's all right.
So you know who has, obviously we're looking for an 8th win of the season. Only one team entering Division II has 8 wins. Do you know who that is?
Is it a team that I would know?
No.
Oh. Well, you got me.
Hawaii Halu starts the season 8-1, playing a doubleheader today.
You are very plugged into the Division II baseball scene. That's for sure. 1-2 on Healy. You and your trivia, man. You've gotten me twice today.
We all know about Hawaii Halu.
Of course. Who do they play? Like, do they have to fly to the mainland to like play their games? I don't even. I can't even imagine who they would play. Healy strikes out looking, and the side is retired. So a couple of pinch hit strikeouts for the Bears. They add on 2 more and lead 10-3. 3 outs away from completing the 4-game sweep over Goldey-Beacom here this afternoon on Super Bowl Sunday on the Bear Sports Network. And Friebel on to close things off. This is his specialty. Obviously not a safe situation with the lead, but this is the situation that he is comfortable pitching in. Redshirt senior. Is he from Jamestown, North Dakota, or North Carolina? Do you know?
I do not know.
He's listed as North Dakota on here, but I just have a sneaking suspicion that that it's a typo, and he's from North Carolina. I don't know. I have to ask. He's quickly ahead 0-2. It's Dalen Griffith. Swings and misses. 7-8-9 coming up. One change defensively for the Bears. Ethan Smith comes into right field, replacing Bell, who got pinch hit for in the last half inning. Other than that, Bear defense the same. The 0-2 from Friebel. Shot foul off the screen. Still 0-2. 15 games last year for Friebel. 15 and a third innings, 3 saves, 3.52 ERA. This is his 4th appearance of 22 with 2 2/3. No runs given up. Only 1 hit. Has a strikeout here, but Clairno has to hurry. And he makes the play. Well done there by Nick to run that thing down and throw to the outside. 1 out.
So this will be a big sweep. First sweep at home, 4-game sweep at home since 2020 against Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's
another long one.
That's a bizarre school, too. Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Good old IUP.
There's so many things counterintuitive about that. To third, Ynesta. 2 outs. It is North Dakota, I have been given confirmation. Which, again, Friebel's walk-up song is Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. So, makes sense. So pinch hitter for Goldey-Beacom here as they try to salvage something here in the 9th inning. It's Joey Jordan, sophomore from Middletown, Delaware. Tips the first pitch into the glove of Clairno, but this is what I'm sure Coach Ram and everyone in this park likes to see is Friebel coming out of the bullpen and just throwing strikes, not even worrying about wasting pitches. Just getting the Bears out of here with their sweep, the 0-1. Well,
with the whole bullpen in hold today, no walks out of the bullpen at all in 5 innings. Or 4 2/3 at the moment.
That's a welcome sight. And Cobb, I think, only had 1, right? Or 2?
2 walks.
In his outing in 4 innings.
Yep. 12 more strikeouts today for the Bears pitching staff.
The 1-1 from Friebel. 2-1. So as soon as I make the comment about him throwing strikes, he spiked 2 in front of home plate.
He's just setting her up. So Bears will be back at home on Wednesday against Limestone, huh?
They will, and I will be here. I'm sure you will be as well. Really do appreciate everyone tuning in this weekend. The kind comments that we've gotten this weekend are very impactful. They certainly make what we do worth it. 2-2. Chopped off the end of the bat, foul.
Love to see a strikeout to end the weekend.
All right, Jason, we talked about this off the air. We're going to talk about it on the air now. Who gets the win for the Bears?
That's a tough choice for the official score today. Cobb only went 4, so his discretion who he wants to give the win to, which either whoever he picks, he will be wrong because
it's a line drive caught by Ynesta. What a way to end the weekend. A big old sweep. Bears welcomed number 14 into Hickory this weekend and send them back with 4 straight L's. Lenoir-Rhyne dominant this weekend over Goldey-Beacom. 5-0, 16-6, 10-9, 10-3. Your 4 finals. The Bears make a big statement here in non-conference play that this team is for real. And they certainly showed that this weekend, Jason.
Absolutely they did. big wins for the strength of schedule. As we talked about, this region is loaded. So when there's opportunities that come here, especially at home, you took control of it. You played probably your best complete game today, all the way around, pitching, defense, base running, hitting today. Great way to finish the weekend.
Sure is. And your Bears Sports Network debut, Jason, I would say was a smashing success.
Well, I appreciate you letting me on, and Danny behind the scenes. So.
We will certainly do this more often, given if we have the flexibility staffing-wise to do so.
We got a lot of opportunity with the Bears at home.
This is game 5 out of 13 in a row at home here in the month of February for the Bears as the two teams shake hands, congratulate each other on a job well done. Goldey-Beacom will head back to Delaware and then turn right around and head back here to the Tar Heel State next weekend. Bears, as Jason mentioned, at home again on Wednesday against Limestone, and then Shippensburg for 3 next weekend. For Jason Stubbe, Danny Nicosia, our Bears Sports Network crew, Eric Bach saying so long. Thanks for listening all weekend long here on the Bears Sports Network. It was a great weekend for the Bears. 4-game sweep over Goldey-Beacom.